Hola amigos, and yes, we are back. Oh, it has been far too long. I think it's been almost 2 months, maybe a month and a half. But hey, that's a month too long. Like we need a race every 4 weeks, guaranteed. Need the racing. Oh, it was so good to get back on the track. I was nervous and worried and scared, but I was excited and thrilled, absolutely thrilled to be back on the track and racing. This is heat 1. Now, we had a qualifying session. The qualifying session took 8 to 10 minutes, and I mean, I don't have enough time to get 5 videos up possibly before next race meeting. I think next race meeting's in a month's time, maybe. I have to figure that one out. I have to try and catch on to that. But I mean, the qualifying wasn't too exciting. My exhaust bolts snapped off, so my exhaust fell off, which pretty much ruined my qualifying session. I was a second behind the pace. So I qualified at the end of the pack. As you can see, top right, I qualified 15th. Not ideal. The times that I were doing throughout the race would have actually made me qualify 4th, possibly 5th. It was around that mark. But anyway, bad qualifying. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, that was a bit of a controversy. I had a bit of a talk there. So as you can see, I didn't actually hit that guy. He locked on the brakes and spun, but I was a bit confused there because I didn't think we're gonna start racing. But the lights are green, we're off, and even though I was in 11th, I went up 2 positions because he was technically in 9th. So I instantly went up 2 positions. We gained a position, and now we're fighting for 7th. We got that, yes. Whew, that was a bit risky there, and we're going to be fighting for 6th now. So we've gone up so many positions already just because of that incident. It was a bit unfortunate. It wasn't my fault. It was no one's fault. It wasn't his fault. We just had to catch up to the pack, and he got a bit. I think it might not be true, but I think he got a bit scared and just locked on the brakes a little bit because the pack slowed down really quickly. So I'm in 7th now, first lap in, pretty solid. We've raced against this guy before, 37. We've got a good run onto the straight. Looks like we've got the pass there. Easy, 1 lap in, and we've gained almost 6 positions. That's pretty good, pretty solid. Now we're going to be fighting. We have to, I got very confused. I thought it was all points count for the whole race, the whole race meeting. I thought it was all points count because the way they explained it was qualifying would position you for heat 1 and 2. So heat 1 and 2, I'll be positioned 11th. Your points that you get for heat 1 and 2. So if you come first, I believe you get 0 points. Second, 1 point, and the points just add up. Obviously the higher positions you get, and you obviously want the lowest points. So points for heat 1 and 2 will position you for heat 3. Then your points for heat 1, 2 and 3 will position you for heat 4, which is the final. And the way they explained it, I thought it was all points count, because you'd think, they're not going for qualifying position for every heat. They're going through points. So I got nervous because if you DNF, you come off in all points count, the whole race meeting's done. Like you can't catch up in points because you'll get plus 15 because there's 15 people in the field. Then I think you get an extra. It's confusing. I think you get an extra point added onto that because of the DNF. So you're instantly out, and you're fighting throughout the whole day to get. You'd need first place for the next three heats to actually get a podium, and even then you'd be struggling to get the podium. So it's very difficult. So I was stressing out. I've only had one practice meeting clockwise. So this race meeting is my second time around this track clockwise, and I've raced on this track 1,000 times when I was 7 years old, and I've never gone clockwise. So this was it was very nerve-wracking because I'm up against people that I just assumed have gone clockwise on this track. They might be in the same boat as me, but it was very nerve-wracking, and like as you can see, everyone's close. Like you can't gain, like you're struggling to gain time on the people in front of you. As you can see, like I'm slowly gaining on this group in front of me, but then in a different section they'll pull away. Like it's give and take. Like you can't have the perfect ratio, like the perfect gear ratio or the perfect car setup, because the track's so different in one half than the other. So you might have your car set up for the bottom half of the track and gain so much time, but then on the top half of the track you lose it because it's on a slope. So you're setting up for a high gear ratio, and that'll help you in the downhills or whatnot, or the uphills. Or you set yourself on the opposite side of the gear ratio, and it's so you can't even go on skill. Like I'm just rambling on because obviously I'm not catching up to this guy, and obviously he's not pulling away. Ideally, I want him to fight with the guy in front of him. That was my hope, that he fought with the guy in front of him. They would make some mistakes or errors, and that would put me closer into kind of slipstream zone, kind of passing zones. That's ideally what I was wanting, and nothing was happening. I was pushing. I was trying different brake zones. I was trying different lines in the corners, and you can't gain any seconds or any milliseconds or any tenths of seconds. Like there's nothing in it, and that's what made me so impressed going clockwise, because it's all you can pretty much base it all on skill. You can't really base it on car setup. It's just I could talk for hours. Like the race is almost over and I've just talked on card setup. Let's just see, look, like he's made I believe he made a slight error then, and I caught up that this part of the track, my kart wasn't set up for this part. My kart was set up for the other part, for the straight and for the downhill. So where I caught up then should have put me in a good position for this part here, because this is where my kart was set up for the first heat, for the straight, for the slightly fast corners, and for the downhill. So like I'm slowly catching up, but as soon as we get to the other half, like this is just all full throttle here, all full throttle. As soon as I get to here, this is where like they would start to pull away, because my kart wasn't really set up for this section here, and the only way I could keep with them is if they made errors, if they tried to pass each other. But it wasn't happening. This 34, this P-plater, my mechanic and myself definitely gave him the thumbs up. He was a great driver. All race, heat 1, 2, 3, all the heats we were fighting, like we were together every heat, and I was pretty impressed with the way that he was driving, and the way that he was, what's the word, like the way he was composure, I don't know if that's the word or not, but he under pressure, it felt like under pressure he was a good driver. He wouldn't slip up, he wouldn't make mistakes. So I was pretty impressed on the way that he was driving. Heat 1, not the greatest, 6th. I got lucky in the well, I wouldn't say I got lucky, but a slight mistake got me a few positions at the beginning. Unfortunate. I honestly thought they would have done another lap around, but because they combined Rotax open and well, technically road tax, but because they combined 125 open and 125 restricted in the same class, the opens were before us, so if they got the green light, we had to get the green light. But that was it. Heat 2 will hopefully be up next week. Please stay tuned, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and keep tuned. Peace.